Good evening, everyone. Wekiva High School welcomes you to Mustang Arena for opening night of season 19. Please welcome our guests from Edgewater High School. They are the Eagles. And they'll be taking on your Wekiva High School Mustangs. Before we begin our game this evening, we invite you to please stand as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. And now, let's meet the lineups for both teams. Beginning with our guests from Edgewater, and starting with their reserves. Number 3, Rowan Featherman. Number 5, Gabby Cheng. Number 9, Ellie Smith. Number 10, Odalisa Chavaria. Number 11, Ivana Dragicevic. Number 17, Finley Reinhardt. Number 18, Maya Gandert. And number 19, Tyrianne Towner. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Eagles. Starting first is setter, number 13, Osiris Hanezo. Second in the rotation, outside hitter, number 1, Claire Apple. Third in the rotation for the Eagles, middle blocker, number 16, Ella Thomas. Fourth in the rotation for the Eagles, right side hitter, number 2, Britton Wenold. Serving fifth for the Eagles, outside hitter, number 12, Jada Huffman. Serving sixth for the Eagles, middle blocker, number 15, Jasmine Grimes. And the starting libero for the Eagles, number 4, Ashlyn Worrell. The Eagles are coached by Kevin Schmidt, with associate head coach Shannon Featherman and assistants Audrey Douglas, Sarah Brady, Hazel Machera, Rebecca Broadway, Tom Arger, and Jaden Calderon. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Wekiva High School Mustangs. Beginning with their reserves. Number 5, Laura Sands. Number 6, Diana McKellen. Number 9, Tiana Washington. Number 10, Ayana Hunt. number 13, Yarlis Rivera. And now let's meet the starters for the Mustangs. Serving first, center, number 8, Isabella Espada. Second in the rotation for the Mustangs, outside hitter, number 4, Eliana Sanchez. Serving third for the Mustangs, middle blocker, number 12, Eliana Mader. Fourth in the lineup for the Mustangs is number 14, Misha Mansilla. Serving fifth for the Mustangs, middle blocker, number 2, Sarai McFadden. And sixth in the rotation for the Mustangs, middle blocker, number 7, Ashley Tuesday. The starting libero for the Mustangs, number 3, Michaela Rivera. And the Mustangs are coached by Heather Lorenz with assistant coaches Haley Stagg and Hannah Au. The officials for tonight's game are from the Florida Professional Officials Association here in Orlando. We thank them for their dedicated service to our high school athletic programs and join them with our participating schools, reminding everyone to make great sportsmanship a part of this and every athletic competition. For those of you here in the arena, we want to remind you that we are live streaming tonight's game. We're going to put it on the score table right now so you can see what we're streaming. That is available in 2 places we're simulcasting. You can get it on NFHS Network, the official online home of the Florida High School Athletic Association. That's NFHSnetwork.com, and also on the NFHS Network app on your favorite mobile device. Or if you are not a member of NFHS Network, no worries, we've got you covered. For absolutely free, you can watch the stream on our YouTube channel, Wekiva Sports. Just go to youtube.com/Wekiva Sports or search Wekiva Sports on the YouTube app with your favorite computer, smart TV, or mobile device, and it should come right up. And we want to welcome those of you who have done just that. Welcome to Mustang Arena. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs. I am joined by Neil Fisher of the Apopka Chief, and we are ready to get things underway here with season 19 of Mustang Volleyball. And Neil, the Mustangs looking to kind of rebuild this year. They had a little something going last year, but were not really able to convert it into any significant threat in the postseason. Now the Mustangs are a bit older and wiser. They have a small handful of seniors on the team to provide that leadership and emotional maturity, and they're looking to see if they can end up on the right side of 500 and perhaps even become a threat in the district tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. Of course, they come in with the 2-1 record. As you mentioned, certainly both these teams looking to rebound from disappointing seasons last year. Wekiva coming in with that 2-1 record. And they will begin the rotation with Isabella Espada. So Wekiva with victories over Jones and Colonia, their lone loss to Oak Ridge. And the 2025-26 season is underway with an ace.
Mustangs open up set number 1 with an ace from Isabella Espada.
Can't ask for a better start than that. Of course, Edgewater 2-17 last year. They come in 2-4 this season. And back to work goes Espada.
Mustangs kill by number 4, Eliana Sanchez.
So Wekiva 9-9 last year, so certainly a respectable mark there, and looking to improve on that. As you heard Mark say, looking to even maybe make some noise in the district championship tournament. 3-0 lead now. As good a start as you can hope for if you're Wekiva. Score the point for Edgewater. Nice shot there from So Huffman scoring that point, breaking on the board for Edgewater. And Hanezo. 2 in a row now for Edgewater. Answering Wekiva's strong start, 3 in a row. Edgewater only 2-17 last season, so certainly they're looking to rebound. And yeah, it's inside. And we're tied at 3-3. So both teams beginning this game with 3-point scoring streaks. Off of Sanchez, back. Set up. On that left side from Sanchez. And Wekiva breaks that 3-point streak. 4-3, Wekiva back in the lead.
Side out to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 4, Eliana Sanchez.
So Sanchez will go to work. Trying to get 2 in a row now for Wekiva. Soft touch, set, second set. McFadden, one of the returners. And
Killed by
Rivera
number 1,
unable
Claire
to
Apple.
handle.
That's her first. She'll also have the next service for Edgewater.
Rivera unable to handle the return. Score the point for Appel.
Apple with
the
an ace.
So Appel looking for 2 in a row now. Like that 6-5, Wekiva back in the lead for the third
Service
time
back
tonight.
to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 12, Jada Huffman. Excuse me, that's number 12, Aviana Mater.
So Matera returns the favor, as you like to say, Mark. Slamming that ball into the net. And Edgewater, the high hard one.
Ace by Ella Thomas.
So 7-6 lead now for Edgewater. Wekiva broke out with a 3-0 lead. Edgewater now exerting its muscles, 2-4, looking for that third win of the season. Thomas back to work. 8-6 lead now for Edgewater. 3 in a row. Set up by Sanchez. Have to get it over. Masella. And Wekiva breaks that streak, cuts the lead, 8-7.
Mustang kill by Misha Mansilla. She'll also have the next service for Wekiva.
So Mansella coming in with a 53.8 kill percentage. That'll certainly raise it. Now on the serve, as you just heard Mark say. Slammed hard. Mansella with the save. Over to McFadden. Soft touch. Back and forth with Mater. Set. McFadden tries again and little too long. So now a 2-point lead.
Checking into the game for the Mustangs.
For Edgewater.
Number 5, Laura Sands.
2-point lead for
and
Edgewater.
For Edgewater, number 10, Odalisa Chavarria, who will serve next.
Back to work. Edgewater and Echeverria. At the net. Grimes with some miscommunications. Wekiva takes advantage.
Side out to the
9-8.
Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 2, Sarai McFadden.
So McFadden back to work. McFadden, by the way, 83.3% serve. Saved there by Worrell, and now the set. Over to that left side. The attempt from Sanchez, score the point.
Mustang kill scored by number 4, Eliana Sanchez, her second
And
tonight.
we are tied at 9-9. Soft touch, carried over by Haneza. Wekiva tried to take advantage. Echeverria hit over by Worrell, had to get it over. Now the set from Espada.
Service back to the Eagles, but first, checking into the game for Edgewater, number 5, Gabby Cheng, and she'll have the next service.
Edgewater back into the lead. And as you heard Mark say, that'll be Cheng with the serve. Looking to up that lead to 2. Largest of the game has been 2 for Edgewater. Wekiva led by as many as 3, and now we got, for the third time tonight, Edgewater with that 3-point lead. Excuse me, Edgewater with the 2-point lead. First set, first game of the home season for the Wekiva Mustangs. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night. As Cheng gets that ball in. That's Sanchez, tipped at the net. Now the attack, soft attack, set by Isabella Espada, and the score of the point by Sanchez. Sanchez. So Sanchez with 3 kills now.
Eliana Sanchez on the kill, now serving as libero for the Mustangs, Michaela Rivera.
Put into play, and 2 in a row. Pounds
Rivera
that
with an
ball
ace.
to the back line. So 11-11 in the first set. High serve from Rivera. That's Appel setting it up, hit over by Worrell. And now 3 in a row as Wekiva's finding its mojo midway through this first set. Wekiva back in the lead at 12-11. Rivera putting it in play, the tip on that side. And Wekiva, 4 hits for Edgewater. So that streak grows to 4 now for Wekiva. Rivera, and that streak's going to end at 4. Cut the lead back down to 1, 13-12. Rivera unable to get that ball over the net.
Side out to the Eagles. Next up in their rotation will be their libero, number 4, Ashlyn Worrell.
And Worrell, as you like to say, Mark, returns the
Ace.
favor. Oh, no, that was an ace. So found that corner, and we're tied at 13 all. Fourth tie of set number 1 on this Tuesday night, the day after Labor Day. Thanks for joining us.
Service back to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva will be number 8, Isabella Espada. But first, checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 14, Misha Mansilla.
So 8 lead changes, roughly halfway through. McFadden at the back line, sets it, unable to get it over. And back into play. It's Rivera. Finds that hole. Score the point for Mater. Wekiva takes the lead again at 15-14. So certainly, Mark, good sign. And so, Mark, that's certainly a good sign that we've seen Wekiva come back. Certainly, they've been behind a couple of times.
Yeah, absolutely, Neil. And that's something that has been something Wekiva struggled with a little bit in the last couple of seasons, as we get a kill by Misha Mansilla. That's her second tonight. And as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Wekiva a little bit older, a little bit wiser this year, a little bit higher mix of juniors and seniors on the varsity team than what we've seen in the past. And there you see the emotional maturity that when inevitably over the course of any given set, you're going to have a slump. And the mark of a competitive team is one that can bounce back from that and not let it get in their head, as we get a kill from Claire Apple, our first. And she will also have the next service for Edgewater. Mustang kill, courtesy of Aviana Mater.
So again, to my point, Mark, Wekiva answering. And that was a critical point. If you don't get that point, it's 16-16. Momentum's back with Edgewater, 2 in a row. Edgewater has yet to score more than 3 in a row in this game.
Mater with an ace. That gives her 1 ace and 3 kills so far tonight.
And now 5 of the last 7 points going to Wekiva. Mater with her 10th ace of the season.
Pass here to McFadden. Found the right spot. Sarai McFadden on the kill.
Make that 6 out of 8 now for Wekiva as we enter the latter stage of this match, game number 1. And certainly Wekiva finding its mojo, certainly getting that momentum moving. Mater back to work, and a whistle and Edgewater point.
Edgewater is called out of rotation, point to the Mustangs.
So now Wekiva reaching that 20-point mark. Set up, back over.
Eagles settle for a free ball coming back. And now Mustangs not really able to get under that one, but Mansilla still keeps the ball alive. Now a little soft touch by Ella Thomas. That's not going to go anywhere. Sarai McFadden with a soft touch of her own, and she does manage to find the floor as Iris Inezo is just not able to get there in time. Sarai McFadden on the Mustangs kill. That's her second of this set. And it puts the Mustangs within 4 points of clinching the opening set
McFadden
here on opening night.
McFadden with 22 points now, or 22 kills, on the season, as Mater puts it in play on that right side. Edgewater with the answer, a strong slap from Appel. Cuts the lead to 21-16.
Service back to Edgewater. Ella Thomas to serve next.
Still Edgewater down by 5. They got to put a streak together here. Wekiva certainly has stolen the momentum.
Good pass from Sanchez. Now the attack from Mansilla. There it is. Misha Mansilla on the Mustangs kill. That's her third of this set. Side out to Wekiva. Mansilla will also have the next service. I think that happened on the last rotation too. She earned her own service.
Yep. So now Mansilla goes to work.
Ace for Mansilla. So the Mustangs on the precipice of clinching the first set of the first home game of season 19.
That's Mancilla's first ace of the season too, by the way.
Attack coming in hot from Wenhold, and she's got it. Britton Wenhold on the kill. Side out to Edgewater, but first, checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 5, Laura Sands. Serving next will be number 2, Britton Wenhold.
So Edgewater staves off set point. Still a ways to go, though, down by 6. McFadden along that sideline, got to get it over. And Rivera unable to do so, hitting it backwards. Edgewater setting, taking it over. Huffman at the net. Got
it. Sarai McFadden on the Mustang kill. Set point, Mustangs. 3 kills now for Sarai McFadden.
And that's 9. 25 on the 23 kills on the season now. And McFadden, just like in baseball, the player who makes the last out of the inning batting first. McFadden now has a chance to close out set number 1 for Wekiva. She'll set it, hit the ceiling, and that's Edgewater's point. So it cuts the lead to 5. Still, though.
Service back to the Eagles as the Mustangs are called for touching the ceiling on the way over the net. So now the libero will serve. That's Ashlyn Worrell, and she's going to pick up an ace. Of course, remember back in the early 2000s, we switched from side-out scoring to rally scoring, and now we're going to get a timeout. The Eagles request their first timeout of set number 1. We'll be back with more from Mustang Arena in just a moment.
Back to live action from Mustang Arena. Wekiva getting off to a 2-1 record this season, looking to win their third match of the season with a 24-21 lead in game 1 on the precipice of playing from ahead. Of course, nothing's guaranteed, Mark, when you take the lead, but certainly life is a lot easier when you win set one.
Oh, sure, yeah. The Mustangs need to score 1 point before the Eagles score 5. So
Yeah,
that's a position you want to be in if you have a choice.
an 8-2 run by Wekiva. It was 13-13 when it ended. It was 21-15. That's propelled Wekiva into this advantageous situation against Edgewater. Edgewater 2-17 last year, so obviously they're looking to improve. Very dismal season for the Eagles. Wekiva, on the other hand, 9-9. Of course, if you follow Wekiva volleyball for any length of time, you know that that's a pretty good record for Wekiva, certainly a movement in the right direction. And they'll be looking to build on that 9-9. The obvious next step is to go over 500. And as Mark said at the beginning of this contest, maybe even compete for the district championship tournament.
Comes Sanchez with a soft touch, handled by Echevarria, but it goes out of bounds. Eliana Sanchez gets the last word of set number 1, and that takes us to a 25-20 victory for the Mustangs in the first set. The Mustangs with a 1-0 lead for the match over the Eagles. We'll be back with more from Mustang Arena after a quick break.
And welcome back to Mustang Arena, home of the Wekiva Mustangs, as they kick off their section of the 2025-26 season, and couldn't ask for a better start, taking set number one against the Edgewater Eagles, a 25-20 final. But it was an 8-2 run midway through that first set that propelled them to the victory. It was 13-13 when they began that 8-2 run. And so far, as expected, Sarah McFadden, the middle blocker, has been the standout, first among equals, if you will, with 3 kills. Eliana Sanchez actually with 4, and Mateer with 3 as well. Mateer, of course, with 4 compared to the 3, but McFadden has certainly made several plays setting up her teammates as well, and that's why probably she is the one who's most responsible for this 1-0 lead. As we begin set number 2, Edgewater looking to tie. It's best of 5 at the varsity high school level, and Edgewater hitting it out of bounds. That soft tap going the wrong way. That was a Pell. Wekiva taking a 3-0 lead to open up set number 1. And as I mentioned earlier, Mark, falling behind does not necessarily mean you're going to lose, but certainly life is a lot easier when you're playing from ahead, not only in terms of the actual score of the set, but the sets. And a bit of a luck there. Ball bouncing Wekiva's way, softly over. And that is Isabella Espada. Serving for Wekiva. McFadden, as we mentioned, carrying first among equals in that first set, and give the point to Appel in Edgewater. So they cut that lead 2-1.
Side out to the Eagles. Leading their rotation for the second set is number 1, Claire Apple.
Apple puts it into play, finds that middle territory. Wekiva set, have to get it over. Quick hit over by Espada. Now the set for Edgewater. McFadden with the block setting on that left side. Sanchez trying to slam it down, but couldn't get it over the net, and we are tied at 2-2. So set number 1 began with Wekiva scoring 3 straight points, and then Edgewater scoring 3 straight points. Same scenario here. It was 2 instead of 3, but both teams taking turns at the start. As Espada set up, and from that left side, that was Winhold trying to slam it through, nothing doing. Wekiva would not have any of that, and they go back in front with a 3-2 lead. So Sanchez setting up now with a 3-2 lead. Set. Sanchez. Misella can't find the opening. Little too hard. Out of bounds, and we're tied at 3-3. Back to work we go. Wekiva back in the lead at 4-3.
Next in the rotation for Wekiva, Aviana Mater.
And out of bounds. Trying to sneak it in that right sideline. And so on serve will be Gandert. Gandert putting it into play. in the net. So Wekiva back up front, 5-4. And Mancillo will be on the serve. And Mancillo returns that favor. We're tied at 5-5.
Checking into the game for the Mustangs. Number 5, Laura Sands.
So there were 8 ties in that first set. The last at 14-14, and certainly we started off the same in set number 2 with the 6-5 lead. Now for Edgewater, chance to get it up to 2. Edgewater yet to score more than 3 points in a row, so give the Wekiva defense credit. They've certainly not allowed any big runs from Edgewater. Of course, get some help there on that serve into the net.
Neil, it feels like at least half the points earned this set between both teams have been trading service errors.
Yeah, the net. The net is the MVP so far in set number 2. So, of course, that voice you just heard, that's Mark Barchi. He's also the public address announcer.
Sanchez had a good look, but an even better dig for the Eagles. Now Sanchez again, that one handled aptly by Worrell. And finally, the Eagles err on the attack, so the Mustangs will pick up a free point. Service back to Wekiva, now serving as libero for the Mustangs, number 3, Michaela Rivera.
Rivera with a 53.3% serve, so certainly room for improvement. That'll help if she gets it in, but the point slammed by Appel, by Apple. And Edgewater back into the lead at 8-7.
Claire Apple on the kill.
Edgewater lost the first 2 points of set number 2. They now have that 8-7 lead. And Smith, as you heard Mark say, on the serve. Finds that back row. McFadden diving. Slammed that ball down, right up and over. That's Worrell, making it a 9-7 lead for Edgewater. McFadden setting over 8.
Not quite enough heat there from Mater. Here comes Smith. And now high heat from Sanchez, blocked at the net by Thomas. Mustangs able to recover. And now a collision between Sanchez and Espada. So an unforced error there will give a free point to the Eagles. Mustangs cannot afford that.
So now an 11-7 lead for Edgewater, largest of the game for the Eagles. They've scored 6 straight points in 7 of the last 8. And that streak will continue. Trying to go low and in the back, but too much power. Wekiva with the 1-0 lead in sets. They won that first set 25-20. An 8-2 run, starting at 13-13, propelling them to that victory. And now on the serve, that's Smith. The jump serve, McFadden at the back line. Over to Cheng, hit over. Edgewater see what they can do with it here. They go to that right side, a perfect hit. from Worrell. Low and away. And excuse me, actually that's Winhold. 13-7 as the streak continues for Edgewater. They certainly have found their mojo about a third of the way through this set. Sands, first touch. Mateer for Wekiva. Now the response from Edgewater. Nice block by the libero, Sands. Edgewater again at that net. It's Mateer now. Soft, just get it over from Sanchez in the middle, setting on that left side for the block, for the attack by Pell. Longest rally of set number 2 now. And it finally ends in Edgewater's favor. Rivera unable to dig.
Britton Wenhold on the kill.
And now Edgewater has expanded that lead to 14-7. Score the point for Edgewater. Score the point for Wekiva. Edgewater unable to handle the heat right in the chest. And 14-8 now. As Espada with the jump serve behind the line. Worrell first touch, attack by Apple. And again, unable to get it over. Too much power on that. So 1 point scored by Wekiva, Edgewater answering. And right now, Edgewater with that 7-point lead can afford to trade the points. 1-0 lead in sets for Wekiva, 25-20, first game, first set. As Apple will go back to work for Edgewater, looking to up that lead. Espada. And it's 16-8 as Apple continue on the serve. Soft touch in the middle, set up by Weinhold on that left side. And again, Rivera, nice job though this time, handling the power midsection on that right side, the attack. McFadden diving, great save again. At the line, the battle at the net. That's Apple. Over to Reinhardt. Gotta save it. And Sanchez able to get on, get to the ball, but unable to get it in control and set up her teammates. And now a 17-8 lead for Edgewater. Edgewater on a massive run. 12-3 run. It was 4-3 in favor of Wekiva, now 18-8. Apple back on the serve. And Sanchez unable to handle that low to the left side. And Edgewater has certainly flexed its muscles here in set number 2.
But since you have them, I'm just like asking you because this is like so hard to keep track of. Especially keeping track of rotations.
Apple. Back. Again. Repeat. Sanchez unable to handle that to the left and low diving serve. So Apple keeps going back to that well there. 20-8 lead for Edgewater. It's set number 2. And that's going to be 21-8. 21-8 lead for Edgewater, looking to secure victory in set number 2. Won't happen there. Apple makes a mistake, but certainly she put Edgewater in a nice position, extending that lead all the way to 12 points, 21-9. Too long from McFadden. Now 22-9. So barring what would be a miraculous comeback, very rare, we're going to go to set number 3, tied at 1 set each. And Thomas now with the responsibility of closing out this victory. And now they're 2 points away. Mayter unable to get that ball over the net. Mansilla powers it across the court, and that'll cut the lead to 23-10. So not quite over yet here in set number 2. Wekiva still showing some signs of life. And Mateer will go on the serve after scoring the point with that impressive kill. And it'll be 2 in a row for Wekiva. Score the ace. Mateer, the sophomore, first year on this team. Coming into tonight's match with 9 aces. Wekiva trying to mount a rally. McFadden, the looping soft touch. On that right side. Weinhold getting it over. It'll be McFadden's turn again, and this time unable to get the ball over into the net. So set point for Edgewater. And this will be Gandart looking to secure the victory. 1 more point needed by Edgewater. And won't come yet. Wekiva staving off victory in set number 2, 24-12. And now serving, that'll be Misha Mansella, the senior captain. 1 of 3. The flat-footed serve. Sanchez over to McFadden, seen that a lot tonight, and we'll continue to see it. Edgewater trying to close it out. Unable to control is Apple. Wekiva down to its last out. So scored 2 in a row with Mansilla on the serve. Morrell setting. And it'll be hit over by Huffman. On that left side, it's McFadden again. Saves it, gotta get it over. Sanchez does. And Reinhardt, little out of position there, a little out of balance, and the result is a point for Wekiva.
And not all these are earned points, Neil, but you still have to hand it to Wekiva for maintaining their composure in what looks like a potentially bleak situation.
Yeah, so again, going back to our what I talked about at the end of set 1, if you joined us late, Wekiva winning set 1, 25-20. An 8-2 run, breaking a 13-13 tie, propelled them into that victory.
Yeah, and I talked about this with Coach Lorenz before the game, that Wekiva for a few years now has suffered from a second set funk, and seems to be rearing its head tonight as well. So that takes us to the end of set number 2. 25-14 is the final score of the second set. And that ties 1-1 for the match. Back with more from Mustang Arena in a little bit.
To live action from Mustang Arena. Set number 3 between Wekiva and Edgewater. 1-1, 25-20. Wekiva taking set 1, an 8-2 run, breaking a 13-13 tie, propelling Wekiva into the victory. Set number 2, 25-14 favor of Edgewater, a strong answer, and a 16-2 run, which broke a 7-7 tie. And now first tonight, now, actually, Edgewater did not score that point, so Wekiva scored the first point in all 3 of the sets so far. And that is Isabella Espada on the serve. We'll be tied at 1-1. Edgewater coming in at 2-4. Wekiva 2-1. And now a 2-1 lead for Wekiva.
I think so, right?
As Chen puts the ball into play. Excuse me, that was Smith. And we are tied at 2-2. Wekiva looking to improve on last season's 2-9 record. It's best in many, many years. Edgewater coming off a 2-17 season, so obviously they're looking to improve. Ball slices off the hand of Rivera. Edgewater taking its first lead of set number 3 at 3-2. 3 in a row. Now a 4-2 lead for Edgewater, 4 in a row. Wekiva needing to come up with some points and answer. McFadden over to Sanchez. Excuse me, Espada to Sanchez. And unable to get that ball inbound. Now 5 in a row for Edgewater in the 5-2 lead. Smith in play. Espada boinks it out of bounds, and now 6-2. At the net, Natir. Quick reaction, cuts the lead to 6-3 in the third set. And Sanchez on the serve. Six, 4. That's Sanchez. Sanchez coming into tonight's game with 19 aces, by far the leader for Wekiva. Espada. Again, Espada to McFadden. Just get the ball over that time. Now Edgewater with the attack. That was Weinhold slamming it over, and she'll also score the point, lead back up to 3. Wekiva taking set number 1, 25-20. They had an 8-2 run midway through, broke a 13-13 tie. It's been all Edgewater, though, since 7-7 in the second set. A 16-2 run. And now the 7-4 lead. It's been 25-11 in favor of Edgewater since the score was tied 7-7 in set 2. As Apple goes to work on the serve. And the ball unable to be controlled by Espada. Again, that hard serve making the set really difficult by the time it got to Espada. So Apple with the jump serve. Back to Rivera. And Mater punches it over. Saved by Sanchez. Some hard hitting from that back line for both these teams on this rally as Rivera sets up McFadden. McFadden going with the soft touch this time over to that right. And Wino trying to shove it through, pound it through, but the Wekiva front line would have none of it. So Wekiva sticking around, keeping that lead within 2 to 3 points. 8-5 now is Mater. With 9 aces coming in tonight. Won't get the one there. Now a 4-point lead for Edgewater, largest of the game, largest of the set. We're tied 1-1. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night from Mustang Field. A critical game for both these teams, even though fairly early in the season, 10-5. An opportunity for both these teams to gain some momentum heading into the middle part of the season. Be able to establish a blueprint heading into the future. Wekiva 2-1, Edgewater 2-4. Sanchez moving out of the way of that high serve. Mancilla. And just as quickly as Wekiva had an opportunity to build some momentum and put some distance, do some catching up, the opportunity goes by the wayside. So now McFadden, Wenhold, be looking to expand that 5-point lead for Edgewater. So far, this is the home opener for Wekiva. As now the lead has doubled. McFadden, and this time the senior unable to find that back line on the right side, 13-6. Rivera, Espada, McFadden pushes it over. Worrell handling the return. And Reinhardt taking care of the kill. Back to work. Wenhold, Espada. McFadden will punch it over again. Apple with the set. The kill. The attempted second one, and this time successful. Dumped right in front of the Wekiva back line. Wenhold, jump set. 15-6, and now 16-6. And Coach Lorenz has seen enough. She's called a timeout. So Edgewater
Mustangs request their first timeout of set number 3.
So Edgewater got off to a slow start, losing that first set 25-20, but they certainly rebounded in as strong a way as possible since 7-7 score in set number 2. Back to live action now from Mustang Arena. Wekiva trying to refine its mojo, solve this Edgewater attack. 1-1 sets, but a 16-6 lead for Edgewater in set number 2. Now 17-6. Wekiva winning the first set, 25-20. Since 7-7 in the second set, though, it's been 35-13 in favor of Edgewater. Jump serve. Seen this over and over from Winhold. So McFadden, the senior middle attacker for Wekiva. Came into tonight's game with 6 aces, attacking at 44%, leading the team with 20 kills. That was the stats entering tonight's game. Wekiva 2-1. And now the lead will grow to 19-7. So 18-8 now. As Michaela Rivera will be on the serve. Edgewater looking to up that lead, get to that 20-point mark. Need 2 more points. Sanchez over to Rivera to Sanchez. Sanchez will try again, and she finds number 16, Thomas, at that net once again. So now Edgewater with the 11-point lead. And Worrell on the serve. The libero. Libero's always wearing the colored shirts. Score the point. Beautiful attack from Sanchez. Downward and to the right. Does cut the lead to 19-9. And that'll bring up Isabella Espada on the serve. And it'll be a one-time deal as Espada, too much juice. And Edgewater hits that 20-point mark. So Smith back to work, now tasked with the job of closing out victory. The second set, a 2-1 lead for Edgewater. But not quite there yet. Wekiva still showing some signs of life. 20-10, and got a timeout. We'll be back from Mustang Arena, see if Wekiva can mount a rally. 20-10, 1-1 in sets.
Successful until I figure out how to solve the weight problem.
I messed up a little bit, but I actually got a challenge. That is exactly what I was doing.
When we get to baseball season, it's no problem because I can use a chain link mount. But for basketball, I'm like, now serving for Edgewater, Claire Apple. Side out, service returns to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva. Service back to Edgewater. Next up for them, number 11, Ivana Dragicevic. Wekiva's roster around here somewhere? They take it back? Oh, it's not behind us. Back-to-back aces for Laura Sands. Here comes serve number 3 of this rotation. Soft touch from McFadden, nothing there. Now coming back hard from Wenhold. Mustangs able to handle that one. McFadden goes for the back corner, and she gets it over the head of Claire Apple. Sarai McFadden on the Mustangs kill. And so Laura Sands' service continues.
That'll cut the lead to 22-15. And just that quickly, as Wekiva started to make some inroads into that lead, Edgewater brings that to
Finley
an end.
Reinhardt on the kill. Service back to Edgewater with Britton Wenhold serving next.
So definitely a repeating theme from set number 2, where Edgewater took a big lead. They were up by as many as 12 points in the third set. Wekiva showing some life, showing some signs, showing some resiliency, but too late, too little.
Wenhold with an ace, set point, Eagles. And yeah, Neil, the question now becomes, did Wekiva use up all their moxie in the first set?
If you joined us late, a 25-20 victory for Wekiva. It's been all Edgewater since then, and now a 2-1 lead. Since that 7-7 tie in set number 2, it's been 41-20 in favor of Edgewater.
That takes us to the end of set number 3. 25-15 is the final score of the third set. And the Eagles will take a 2-1 lead for the match over the Mustangs. Back with more from Mustang Arena in a moment.
And about to begin set number 4 from Mustang Arena, home of the Wekiva Mustangs. Wekiva finding itself in a 2-1 hole in terms of sets. And certainly, Mark, this has been a story of 1/3, 2/3. Wekiva coming out an 8-2 run midway through set number 1, broke a 7-7 tie, propelled them to a 25-20 victory. Since then, it's been all Edgewater, a 43-21 advantage as Edgewater took set 2 and 3.
So the Eagles will have the opening service of set number 4, and they open with an ace from Ellie Smith.
And that 43-21 advantage includes a mammoth 16-2 run through set number 2. It broke that 7-7 tie. And really, Mark, obviously that's where the tide turned, so to say. But also you could just feel like Edgewater found its momentum at that point. It really put its game together. So now the 1-0 lead in set number 3 as we get a stoppage. Hey, where's Edgewater? There, that's Edgewater. So now we got a discussion with our refs and Coach Lorenz, the Wekiva head coach. Wekiva coming in at 2-1. Obviously only 3 games. So still trying to find their footing, so to speak. Still looking for the character and identity after only 3 games. However, 2-4 for Edgewater.
So after official review, the teams were not ready to play when the service was signaled, and so we will play a reserve of the opening service.
And that voice you just heard is Mark Barchi, our public address announcer. As a matter of fact, the only public address announcer Wekiva has ever known. And as you heard, that point that they scored was taken off the board because it was not official.
And then it was put right back.
And that was put right back on. Tiana Wash, that's Smith on the serve with the jump. McFadden, Espada, Rivera. We've seen that trio all night long and get used to it because that's the way it's going to be this season, the 3 seniors. Fortunately, on that case,
Ivana
not enough.
Dragicevic with the kill.
And by the way, Edgewater scoring the first point of this game. That's the first time in the match, even though they're up 2-1. So, as I've mentioned several times in this match, although it does seem like it was a couple of years ago, is that'll bring the
Ace
lead
for
to
Ellie
3-0.
Smith.
Edgewater fell behind in the first 3 sets, and falling behind early does not necessarily mean the team's losing, but certainly makes life more difficult. So give Edgewater credit.
Mustangs called out of rotation. Point goes to the Eagles.
Give Edgewater credit. Certainly some of that deficit was of their own doing, but nonetheless they have come from behind. And that they made life more difficult for themselves and still have now emerged with that 2-1 leads and 4-0 in the 4th. As Rivera gets Wekiva on the board. The pound.
Sanchez on the Mustang skill. Her 5th tonight, and serving next for the Mustangs will be number 8, Isabella Espada.
Espada looking to gain some points, get Wekiva back in this match. They're down 2-1. It's been all Edgewater since 7-7 in the second set.
Edgewater kill from number 18, Amaya Gendert.
5-1 lead now. Reinhardt slamming that ball into the net. Much needed point for Wekiva, cuts the lead to 5-2. So Wekiva scuffling to keep this score close. Down 2-1. Again, it's been all Edgewater since 7-7 in the second set. Really began with a massive 16-2 run. Wekiva still hasn't really recovered from that. Still time though, if they can, but they gotta get recovered and get some points and put together some streaks like they did in that first set. Right now, down 5-2 in the fourth and 2-1 in sets.
Good looking block attempt there by Hunt. Edgewater is able to recover though. Now
saved by Sanchez, hitting the wood. And unfortunately, it's not going to be enough as ball hit out of bounds. That's where, even though she made the save, unable to really get a good set and then a good attack. Never able to shoulder up, get those shoulders facing the net, and 6-2 Edgewater. Make that 7-2 as Edgewater continues to roll.
Ace for the Eagles by number 11, Ivana Dragicevic.
And Dragicevic will be on the serve. Wekiva getting it over, and yes, McFadden.
Sarai McFadden finds the right spot for the Mustangs skill. Serves back to Wekiva. Serving as libero for the Mustangs will be number 3, Michaela Rivera.
Rivera, the libero. And if you're new to volleyball, the liberos wear the colored shirts. Liberos are a defensive, a special player who...
Yeah, this is a defensive specialist that you put in. May also be a serving specialist, not necessarily. They have to be in the back row. Was position introduced in college in I think the late 90s, early 2000s, made its way into NFHS rules shortly thereafter. And now, Mustang ace from Michaela Rivera. So it gives you a little more flexibility. I like to think of it as kind of strategically similar to the DH in baseball, where you can have a player who particularly excels with a more limited set of skills rather than having everyone be a generalist. And the official is ruling that the ball was not touched, so that'll be an attack error for Sarai McFadden. And a free point to Edgewater. This is now Gandert serving.
So Wekiva at 8-4. Again, they need to come up with some points. It's still not too late to walk off with a victory, but they're pretty much at
had a good look, but unfortunately for the Mustangs, Ayanna Hunt could not find the ball with the right rhythm there and had no chance of returning that. So a kind of sort of dig kill for the Edgewater libero, Ashlyn Worrell. Obviously not a designed play for either team. Here comes Gandert on the service. Sanchez has the pass, and the Mustangs will have to settle for a free ball. But it is a shallow pass from Worrell, who got really lucky with the previous service and gets unlucky with that one. Checking into the game to serve for the Mustangs, number 5, Laura Sands.
Sands puts it in play. Nice job. And unfortunately, Edgewater, nope, it was out of bounds.
Too much heat from Hanezo. So the Mustangs close to within 3. As you mentioned, Neil, not a lost cause for Wekiva. They are just going to need to find a second win. They're going to find that mojo that they had in the first set. And if they can do that, then they could at least make this close going
Be
into the end of the fourth
competitive.
set. This is a must-win set for Wekiva. McFadden has a good spot. Echevarria is there and ready. Now some soft heat coming in from Hanezo, and she's got it. That's Osiris Hanezo with the Eagles kill.
Yeah, and at this point, Mark, Wekiva cannot afford to trade points. Edgewater is in a position where, of course,
Checking into the game, number 17, Finley Reinhardt, and next to serve will be number 13, Osiris Hanezo.
Edgewater would obviously like to run off a big streak here, but they would still wind up winning if they trade points the rest of the way. So
Serves back to the Mustangs.
So it's not just a matter of Wekiva finding its mojo, settling down in terms of.
Checking into the game for Edgewater, Gabby Cheng. Next to serve for Wekiva, Sarai McFadden.
In terms of playing even with Edgewater, they're going to have to do more than Edgewater the rest of the way. Obviously.
Service back to the Eagles, now serving as libero number 4, Ashlyn Worrell. So yeah, to your point, Neil, that's just exactly what Wekiva didn't need. Because right now, both of these teams kind of in a stalemate. Neither team really showing any particular momentum here in the fourth set, but Wekiva needs it more than Edgewater does as we head into the closing portion of our opening night here. That'll be a boon for the Mustangs.
Yeah,
as
Worrell.
Eliana Sanchez picks up the kill.
Yeah, Worrell letting it go. Thought it was going to go out of bounds and found that back corner.
Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 14, Misha Mansilla.
So about 100 fans in attendance on this Tuesday night. Certainly it's been a spirited gym in terms of the atmosphere and the environment. Mustang Arena, the site.
Ace for Mansilla.
And now for the first time this game, Wekiva's put together 2 points in a row. And exactly what I was talking about, Mark, you can't just trade points. You're going to have to put some points together if you're Wekiva. So hopefully this is the start of those points being put together in a row. 3 in a row now.
Back-to-back aces for Misha Mansilla.
So Mansella did not have an ace coming into tonight's match. She has 5 or 6 now, including, as Mark just mentioned, 2 in a row.
Edgewater settles for a free ball, but it works out for them as Ivana Dragicevic manages to find just the right spot where Wekiva can't return it. Service back to Edgewater. Next in the rotation for Evans, number 9, Ellie Smith.
Smith working that right sideline, left sideline. Espada. Back to Reinhardt. And too much of a kill. Just what Wekiva needed. Down to 1 point. Is it? Yeah, 12-11 now.
It should be 11-12 live.
Checking into the game for the Mustangs, number 10, Ayana Hunt. She'll serve next. Next to serve will be Isabella Espada.
So Espada on the serve. Espada with a pair of aces coming into tonight's match. Won't get it there. Certainly gives her team a chance for the point. McFadden sets. Espada comes up over to Sanchez. Met at the net. Wekiva will try again. This time McFadden can't find the mark. That's Gandert for Edgewater, and she buries it.
Maya
Pushes.
Gandert on the kill. Serves back to Edgewater.
So 13-11 now. Wekiva yet to lead in set 4, but only 2 points down.
Next up for Edgewater, number 17, Finley Reinhardt.
Saved by Sanchez. And McFadden down that left sideline and 3 hits. So that point was really set up on Wekiva's side the second to last time they got that over. They basically just had to get it over. It was a free play for Edgewater. 14-11 now.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we can.
4 hits called on the Mustangs. That'll be a free point to Edgewater now. 4-point lead for them. Again, this is a must-win set. Wekiva trails the match 2-1. And they'll catch a break there as Reinhardt serves it into the net. Checking into the game for Evans. Number 10, Odalise Echevarria. Next to serve for the Mustangs, Eliana Sanchez.
2-1 lead for Edgewater in sets, 15-12 in set 4. And that'll up the lead to 16-12.
Mustangs called into the net. Service back to Edgewater. Next in their rotation will be number 11, Ivana Dragicevic. Service back to the Mustangs. Next up to serve as libero for Wekiva, number 3, Michaela Rivera.
No, literally, doing that is helping me so much.
Paul put in play by Rivera, the libero. At the net. Saved by Sanchez. Gotta get it over, and a little bit of help there from the net. And lead down 16-14. So Wekiva continues to stay close enough. Edgewater unable, even though they got off to that 5-1 start, to put more than 4 points between them. It's been between 2 and 3 for the last 7-8 points now. But again, Wekiva needs to make a move here, start putting together consecutive points. Edgewater has the lead, so they can afford to trade the points. On the serve when Gandert. Excuse me, that was Echevarria on the serve. Edgewater continues to put the pressure on Wekiva with those cross-court shots. And there's your dividends, 18-14 now as they inch closer to taking set 4 in a 3-1 victory. Gandert back on the serve. McFadden unable to square up to the net, and now 2 in a row. It's been a while since Edgewater's done that. The bigger picture, though, is it's a 5-point lead for Edgewater. Gender on the serve. Rivera over to Wekiva's right side. Hunt trying to find that corner, but unable to have the touch. And now 20-14 as Edgewater has created some separation. Gendart down that left sideline. Hunt. Now Gendart, free play for Wekiva. McFadden. Nice save there by Echevarria. And Wekiva getting a point.
Returning to the game to serve next for the Mustangs, number 5, Laura Sands.
Sands with the flat serve. Hit over. Sands again, sets. Over to Spada. McFadden, forward push. Hit there by Spada. Low Low the difference.
Cyrus Inezo on the kill. Service back to Edgewater, checking into the game for Edgewater. Number 17, Finley Reinert. And up serving next will be Inezo. Edgewater kill by Jasmine Grimes.
So Grimes taking a page out of her teammates' books, slamming that ball low to the ground. It's an extreme angle. Almost.
Battle at the net
yes.
there. Espada gets the better of it. Isabella Espada picks up the side out for the Mustangs. Next to serve will be number 2, Sarai McFadden. But first, checking into the game for Edgewater, number 5, Gabby Chang.
And McFadden, difficult to handle serve. Give credit to Worrell. And it pays off for Edgewater. Off
Kill
the
by
hands
Finley
of
Reinert.
fans. So now 2 points away from victory, Edgewater.
Ashlyn Worrell will serve as libero. The freshman defensive specialist and libero here.
Wekiva trying to stave off a loss. They're going to have a lot of work to do, down by 7. And that'll be a start. Cuts the lead down to 6. Wekiva's
Service back to the Mustangs. Next in the rotation for Wekiva, number 14, Misha Mancia.
So Wekiva yet to lead in set number 4. It's the only set they have not led. As a matter of fact, they led the first 2 points in all first.
Ace for Mancia.
Wekiva leading.
I have at least 4 aces for her over the course of the match. I may have missed some because I stepped away to do some camera troubleshooting, but certainly she's been holding her own from the service line. Of course, Wekiva needs to score 7 before Edgewater scores 2.
But Wekiva yet to lead in set number 4. They did lead after the first 2 points in the first 3 sets. And now we're at match point.
Match point, Eagles. Serving for Edgewater will be number 9, Ellie Smith.
Smith puts it in play, and that will do it.
Eagles are called out of rotation.
Okay, Eagles were out of rotation. So it's not quite over yet. Wekiva's still staying alive. Of course, they need to score 5 in a row. 2-1 lead for Edgewater in sets. And there it is. Now it's over. Game, set, match. 3-1 in favor of Edgewater. So Wekiva comes out, can hang their hat, something to build, winning set 1, 7-7 in the second set. A 43-20 deluge from Edgewater put them in the lead, and they certainly found their mojo and had control. Mark, take us to the finish line.
That takes us to the end of the match. 25-19 is the final score, following 25-15, 25-14 victories in the second and third set. The Mustangs had the first set 25-20. We want to thank everyone for coming out to support your Mustang and Eagle athletes. Special thanks also to those of you who joined us online on YouTube or the NFHS network. We hope that you'll make a habit of joining us all season long as we get into season 19 here from Mustang Arena. The Mustangs will be on the road next. Coming up next on their schedule, they are at Lyman on September 8th. JV will start at 5:30. Varsity to follow at 6:30. Then your next chance to catch them at home will be coming up 2 weeks from tonight Tuesday, September 16th, as they host the Evans Trojans right here at Mustang Arena, and we will be carrying that for you live on YouTube and the NFHS network as well. The next event in any sport that you'll be able to find here on campus or online will be the football team. They are away this week, but next week they will return to Mustang Field. This week they are at Horizon. Next week, September 12th, Wekiva hosts the Eustis Panthers at 7 p.m. We hope you'll join us for that as well. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube at Wekiva Sports. And bookmark WekivaMustangs.com for all of your scores, schedules, and more. For those of you here in the arena, please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Those of you watching online, we hope you'll subscribe before you go. For Neil Fisher, this is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, wishing you a good night from South Apopka.